Hi guys, how are you doing? Good evening. And I was on the phone with my mom. As you know, she's recovering from cancer treatment. She's been a little down recently, and I haven't been able to get her on the phone very much. She's been sleeping a lot and just feeling crappy. So she called me. So I didn't want to shoo her off the phone. And then, actually, believe it or not, my work called because didn't know if I'm returning to work on site tomorrow or Friday. And I found out it's Friday, which is good because, that 45-minute commute. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. So hi, Cecile. Oh, Cecile, how are you, my darling? Oh, it is running a bit late. Oh, are you? Yes. Okay. Okay. The chat's just really behind. So hi, Cecile. It's really nice to see you. And hi, Edward. How are you? And as Chick 56. And Utter Nutter, hello, wonderful moderators. Thank you so much. And Jamie Smith, I forgot to thank you as a moderator the other night. I'm so sorry about that. I think I did. And if I did, I'm very, very sorry. Hi, Anaphylaxis. Hi, Kimberly Davis. Welcome. How are you doing? Hello, Michelle G. And John McSmith. Yeah, I saw your comment. Thanks for bringing us together tonight. I'm happy to bring you guys together. It was a last minute planned live stream. Just some things that have happened over the past couple days, things that, you probably would know about and some things that you wouldn't know about. I just felt like first of all, I have some things that I need to desperately say because it's been taking up too much space in my brain. And I just wanted to check in with all you guys and see what you think as well. Molson Man is in his house. Woohoo! Ooh, and there's another Michelle 77 VA. Welcome, Michelle. How are you? So I'll say Michelle and Michelle 77. And then if Michelle Gardner's here too, we're in trouble. Hi, Jody is cool. How are you? I loved your email. That is freaking awesome. And yay, you. I don't know how much to say on a live stream, but that's awesome. I just responded a short time ago. Hi, Liv Gail. How are you? I'm here. Sorry it took me so long. I'm really sorry about that. Let's see. Let me just go up a little more in chat. And I'll say hi to Jamie Smith twice in case I did forget her the other day. Jamie Smith, you're wonderful. Thank you for everything you do. And a curious Rose, did I say hello to you? I saw you. I don't know if I said hello in my head, but as always, my love, welcome. So nice to see you here. And then another Gail. Oh, we have two Gails. Well, we have Life Gail different kind of Gail. Okay. Meg McC. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to a live stream. It's nice to see you here. My girl, Nancy. Thank you for letting them know. Thank you so much. And Green Eyes, welcome. Glad you made it too. And I'm going to go up just a little further. Isabella Sky, how are you? I spoke about you in a comment today, saying that I think that you're a very empathetic person. Do you find that to be true of yourself if you're still here, Isabella? That's what I sense through. And hello, Melody LeBlanc. How are you? Welcome. And Jody Landis. Now we got two Jodys, two Gails, two Michelles. Welcome, Raven. How are you? New to chat. Welcome, everyone. Say hello to Raven, and I'm so glad that you were able to make it. And Anaphylaxis, as I said, hello. Base Girl 42. I think, okay, so I'm going to go. I don't want to go crazy with it. If we didn't greet you, just say hello, and we'll say hello back. So, goodness, I was really thinking about exactly what it was I wanted to discuss tonight. And then my mom called. I lost my train of thought just a little bit. So just stay with me. I want to play for you first just a really small portion of a video that I made on Mother's Day. Well, actually, it was the day after Mother's Day because Mother's Day weekend got super busy. And it was in honor of Shanann for Mother's Day. So I just want to play you a little bit of this so we can, remember why we're all here, who the victims are in this case, and that no matter what, we always are in respect of these victims. And for myself, and I know for a lot of you, the whole purpose of discussing this case is to, and I'm sorry, John McSmith, but this is what's up for me, to help ensure that complete justice is served for the victims. Shanann, Bella, Cece, and unborn Niko Watts. that was, I better close that down. We're getting mad echoes. Okay, there we go.
Put a lipstick on like mommy today. Show her your lips. And Cece too. No kisses.
Hi.
Hi. Wave. Cece, say yes. Yes? I like how you say yes.
We'll give a new one.
Oh, well, you can't get the tool. You can pretend.
Pretend
Yep. Go ahead. Mommy's ears.
ear.
Well, that's your finger in my ear.
Sorry.
Okay, that's probably a good stopping place. They're just so cute.
Considering you're the meat guy.
Okay. So, I just love that when they're trying to get Alexa to work. Okay. So anyway, so this video is a total of 11 minutes and 30 seconds long. And, I make videos like that because I want to honor the victims. I want to honor, in this case, Shanann, and that's completely authentic. It's not easy to, it's not the most complicated thing, but I do a lot of editing in the videos to try to make it flow, to try to, put everything together so they're relevant or powerful or whatever they're supposed to be, or well-researched, whatever, it can be any number of things. So I guess we'll start with that. So, I've noticed throughout the course of having this channel that it's very confusing to people, and it seems like a lot of people and more people as time goes on that, I, as the creator of this channel, which by the way is called What's the Obsession, you know what you're getting. I should also say, talking about knowing what you're getting, if you think that the contents of this video is going to be upsetting to you for whatever reason, like I might say something that's like, going to rub you the wrong way, or someone else's, and it's going to cause you to like fly off the handle and have a bad day or have a bad week or have a bad life, please leave. Like, and I mean that respectfully, like, please leave. Like, I don't want that for anyone. And, I know I've said this to other people. I know I've said to Nancy, I said it to Curious Rose earlier, if it ever comes to the point where my channel is creating more harm and hurt for people than it is, community and good, or if there's more drama than there is, like positive things happening, that's when the channel stops. And like, I mean that because I'm not planning on being part of, especially not being behind something that's causing like bad things for people on a large scale. Now, we all know for some people, everything's going to cause them a bad thing. You know what I mean? And what can you do about that? That's just life, right? But I think you understand what I'm saying. So what I was saying about what causes confusion for a lot of people about, I guess, me and this channel is that there will be videos like that video that honored Shanann for Mother's Day, or that like that, or, you know, videos that memorialize the victims or the kids or the family. And then I can also, you know, point out in a few videos the vast minority of videos on this channel that and while all the time acknowledging that we're all human here, every single one of us except for you bots, and I see you, you know, and we all have good qualities and we all have bad qualities. I mean, I can't, and I thought about this in the context of this channel and feedback I get from people, even the people I just love to death, admire most. I can think of some really crappy qualities about them because humans are like that. We're multidimensional. We're not meant to be infallible and perfect and godlike. You know, a lot of people believe, you know, in various religions and spiritual beliefs that the point of life is to work through those crappy parts of yourself, as I guess I'm calling them tonight, and learn to nurture and enhance the good parts of yourself that contribute to others and contribute to humanity, so you leave this world a slightly better place than when you arrived, right? So yeah, I do point out in some videos, and I'm going to point it out right now. I think that some of the videos that Shanann put on her own Facebook page, when she was generally speaking, but not always even, you know, the goal was, the focus was selling Thrive, the MLM company, and people know how I feel about them. And no, to all of you, what do we say? In the back row, is that what we say? All of you in the back row. I'm not jealous that Shanann had success in MLM and I did not, because actually I did have success in an MLM, and I don't believe it, but only one of the three. So I'm still a loser. I know, I get it. But I truly don't believe that Shanann had success in Thrive, but that's a whole different topic, kind of. So, you know, some of the things we see, in my opinion, what I've observed, you know, as a human being with a heart and, you know, eyes and a brain that can process things that I observe. And also, yes, with my educational and professional training, which I'm not going to apologize for. I have a background in psychology. I'm a trained special educator. I'm trained in working with people with autism. I'm trained with working with people, students and adults, with extreme behavioral problems. And I'm a trained behavioral analyst. That is what I've chosen to do in this part of my adult life as my career. And when I pursue something, I pursue it full force because I'm really interested in it. And I'm interested in my work. And I sought out education, all those things, either because I was interested or sometimes maybe my job made me. Whatever the case is, I'm not apologizing for it. So when I do watch the videos that were posted by Shanann and I see some things, I'm sure some of you have visceral reactions and strong reactions. Maybe you have some training, maybe you have more training than I do, maybe you have no training. It doesn't really matter. You know, you just have a reaction. But that training and my experience and my profession certainly does inform how I interpret what I see. And what I see at times is very upsetting to me. And, you know, that's what's up. I mean, I'm not going to go through, I might mention during this live stream some examples of that. So if that's going to upset you, if it's going to cause you to have a bad day, a bad week, or a bad life, please leave right now, you know? And, you know, if you have to unsubscribe from this channel because there's a chance that might happen, guys, that's okay. Click that unsubscribe button. Go spend your time and your money and your energies elsewhere where you're going to enjoy rather than being made upset. And if you find yourself in places all the time that make you upset, just my opinion, but I suggest you reflect on that. So, back to what I was saying. It's very confusing to some people, a lot of people, it seems, that on this channel or made by me, there can be those memorializing videos, or the videos that show Shanann in a positive light, because I do think she had many positive attributes. And then there's the videos that point out the difficulties that I see in her relationships, in her relationship with her children, and what I see, what I observe, and carefully think about before I make a conclusion, and certainly before I put it out there. Trust me, nothing that I say is like off the cuff, haphazard in that area. I know what's coming when I say something. I've spent a year, I've learned. So I don't know why that's confusing to people. I don't understand why anyone would believe that Shanann or any other human being, I don't want to put all the emphasis on her, because she does become the example, all the time. And somebody the other day wrote a really great comment to a video and suggested that, well, why don't you use those analysis tools to analyze Chris and these aspects of his life, because really, like, why the hell did this end up happening? I think we're all asking that, right? And I'm going to follow that person's suggestion. I think it was a great suggestion, and I don't know why we do that. I think it's because there's so much video footage of Shanann, and some of the things that we see, those of us who are troubled by it and upset by it, we're really troubled and really upset. And the people that don't see that at all, they're really certain that everything is fine. And she is like the best mom since the mom of sliced bread, and c'est la vie, Democrats, Republicans, like Muslims, Buddhists, I don't know. That's like what's up with people around the world, right? So, I think, to me, it's more natural to say, well, okay, so we're looking at these different parts of a person, because after all humans are multidimensional and multifaceted and have, really different aspects to the self. So it's confusing to me why people think that I have to go huddle in one corner or the other, and I can't like explore the whole, landscape, and why they think that others should view the world that way. That's confusing to me. So with all of that being said, you saw the thumbnail for today's video, and it is, do I still have it here somewhere? Oh, I do. Cute. Look at that. Okay. It's not cute. Let's just make this bigger. Boop, 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 boop. Just in case you didn't see it. And again, I want, know what you're in for. Don't want, don't do things that are going to upset yourself. And I hope that you don't feel like I'm talking down to you, because I know that most of you like totally get that. But, it seems like some people definitely do not. Some people do not get it. They keep returning for more what they call abuse. All right. Oops. I shared that. Share screen. Phew, it's taking a long time just to show a thumbnail. Okay. So that's actually, just right after I created it. Family in crisis. Did we fail to learn? The rest of that statement would be, the Watts family in crisis. Let me show you why and define what a family in crisis is based on my professional training. And the question is, did we fail to learn from the examples we saw and the lessons that were made available to us? And if we, fail to do that here, where else do we do that? I'm not just talking about me and you and all of us here on this channel. I'm talking about, the larger Watts community of, people and channels and groups and sub-communities that follow this case. Let me just take that down. And each of these pictures here, by the way, has an example towards this topic. Tonight is not going to be the only time this topic is discussed because, man, oh man, do I have a lot to say. So this is just the beginning. And if you don't like that, it's okay. Lots of other channels covering Watts. Lots of them. So let me just take a breather and look to chat for a moment and just see what you guys are chatting about. Katie is reading 6 chapters of unfinished book by Cindy Watts. Didn't he finish? I just caught the beginning part of that live stream today, and I think he was like, I'm going to finish it if it takes me a few hours. I thought he meant all in one reading. I was like, dang, boy. So it sounds like he's not actually finished with it. Okay. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, welcome, Lisa Avery. How are you? So nice to see you here. And I love your comment. Lisa says, even competitors play on both ends of the field or floor. Amen, sister. Ain't that the truth? Jeez. That's a really great point. Really good point. Double R, are we going to dig deep into tonight's topic or get off of it? Well, honestly, I didn't have, this was like a planned at the last minute live stream. So I guess if I need to characterize it, what I envision is, I have a couple things that I want to cover. Don't know how deeply we'll go into any of them. I didn't really have I have a plan, but I didn't have like a well-researched deep dive plan. So, so that's just, things don't always go as planned, definitely. So I just don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just a human like Shanann. I just don't know. And sometimes I'm wrong and sometimes I'm right, I guess. Hi, Karen G. How are you? Nice to see you here. Michelle 77 VA says Shanann wore the pants in the relationship. There has never been a more true statement than that. Do you guys agree with that? I think that is definitely sure. I'm back. Wash my hair. It's cute. Actions affected by family dynamics. So, when I started this channel, the thing I was primarily looking at were the family dynamics, just, given the background that I have. That was one of the things that interests me. I had, been watching all the channels that had gone through the discovery, that had talked about the theories, that had, talked about NK, that had, and I certainly didn't discount that being part of the content. I was very interested in all of that. But again, when I started this channel a year ago, I had no freaking clue how to make a video or how to do a live stream or I had no idea. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I was just doing it, doing it well. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Jody is cool. Said I had to read that a couple of times. Said, yes, where are the analytical videos on Chris? He kept everything hidden, his sinister side. Yeah. I'm going to mention a couple things about that in a moment. And welcome. Can't think of one. I really like that name. That's why I enjoy your videos on the subject. Thank you. That's nice to hear. I feel you report without bias and you explore all sides. You can think of SW as she parented, but not basher. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that because, that's like the balance that I hope to be able to strike. And, it's hard for all of us to, look at things or present things, especially without including our own biases. Sometimes I think like that is almost truly impossible because if you really start to think about it, if you really deep dive into that double R, you can definitely go down a rabbit hole and start to really like micro define things. And I truly don't know if it's possible, but, I think, if you have, I don't know. I think sometimes when our intentions are good and you have self-awareness, hopefully you're trying to remove that bias so you can just, be with what is rather than always trying to force something, that bothers me. Let's see. Yeah. DTC Primetime says something that I fully agree with. I think that this is a central theme in Shanann's life. She says it's about control, her health, business, marriage. Yeah, I very much agree with that. And I'm gonna touch back on that. DTC Primetime. Thank you for saying that. Sugar's Mama, welcome. How are you doing, darling? Nice to see you here. Michelle 77VA, did they sell the Watts house? I've been keeping a close eye on that. The last few days I got distracted by other things. I don't believe they did. Does anyone know differently? I was really on top of it, but then Aussie Girl Jen. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome, my friend. It's very nice to see you here. How are you doing, Aussie Girl Jen? Let's see. And I'm just going to go back up a little bit further. Okay. So John McSmith says, was that Thrive gig even a job? So I've talked about this a little bit. So we can definitely talk about it more. I can refer you to a video that talks about that pretty thoroughly. Yeah. So I can't go down the MLM rabbit hole. There's so many rabbit holes, so many rabbits, so many bunnies, because I am a bunny farmer. Oh God, that reminds me. Thank God I said bunny farmer. Holy cow. So, people are great, don't you think? So I today was looking into some comments on my channel because there was a lot of comments about a lot of things. I'm not going down that. No, I'm not going there yet. Well, I'm going to go down this. I'm going to go with this. There were a lot of comments about a lot of things. And let me show you some of those and kind of what was going on today, which is going to lead to another aspect of this case or just being alive or this channel. I don't know. That really confuses people. They can't, see both things coinciding together. And this, I'm just going to have to tell y'all what's up because this is just getting out of hand. So now there have been different stories that I've heard, and I don't know what to believe. In some ways, I don't care. Let me get the post up first, so you're not like, what the hell is she talking about again? Again, we don't know. Ooh, need to reduce that. Too big, too big. So, all right, let me just share this first. I mean, and you know what? Okay, so several of you, people I literally had never heard from before, people I rarely hear from. I had a lot of, over the past few days, people contacting me personally, not just leaving comments or things like that. And I share for the most part the same feeling they have, just, being very upset about some of the things that are going on with those who, tend to file this case. I hate saying Watts Island, whatever, whatever it is. And I get it. And, I listened to everyone and, I shared my feelings as well. And what I learned is there are a lot of people that are feeling this kind of like, sickness in their stomach about some of the things that are going on. And, what that tells me is something's really wrong. Something is happening that is, I don't ever curse on my channel, but I'm going to say really fucking wrong, because so many people that I talk to from like a range of, what I believe to be coming from different places and perspectives and, sides or whatever, we're all just feeling the same thing. It wasn't even an intellectual analysis that panned out to be, oh, that was a conclusion I came to as well. It was a feeling. And I was like, well, hallelujah, I'm not crazy. This is really fucking wrong. Oops, my son just sneezed. I forgot. Hi, Busgirl42. How are you? Welcome. Ara, how are you? Welcome. Nice to see you. You guys are great. Oh, what did Kez say? Uh-oh. Am I bothering you, John McSmith? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John. I thought we were friends. So let's see. Keshik says, Lisa Avery, we have to remember who she was, human, yes, and made mistakes. Yeah, like all of us. None of us, yes. I'm sorry, the reason I didn't finish it is because for some reason, because I had to reduce the font. It was so small I couldn't read it. So I didn't mean to be rude and just trailing off on your comment, Keshik. It's a good one. And what Kazchik is saying is the point that I've made about Shanann, when people express their confusion on how I can say these really good things about her, but then also criticize her and point out some kind of really scary things about her. I bet I know there are people out there that would say really nice things about me and point out some things that they would characterize as really scary, especially at various points in my life. And if you can't say the same about yourself, my friend, you're lying to yourself. All of you. Okay. So let's be real here. Self-awareness is very important. I'm doing onboard training. I'm learning about my core values, right? A Curious Rose. I know all about self-awareness. That's something I've always tried to have, because I think it's one of the most fundamentally important things that you can have in life. Without self-awareness, you're just kind of floating around like an aimless, reckless blob with a lot of sometimes momentum and weight. So you're dangerous, that's how I feel about it. Yeah. So, the sides that want to portray Shanann as all this or all that, it truly, truly makes me sad. It hurts my heart, because even the ones that want to portray her as Saint Shanann, that's not Shanann. That's an image of Shanann that you, not her, are creating and want to create and need to create for some reason. And those reasons, I'm sure, vary drastically. But how is that honoring her memory? Because that's not her. And then the people that just want to bash Shanann, well, that's obviously not honoring her memory. And that's bad. That's not good either. And that's just, from my perspective, my belief is, people that they see something in Shanann they don't want to own about themselves, or they don't like about themselves. And that's why all of the hate outward. I believe that's always the case, with hate and disdain and disgust in people. So this post, I'm going to make it bigger so I can see it. So this is, that blue splotch in the middle of the picture. It did have a watermark from somebody else's channel, but I said bullshit to that. And that's just no. So that's how I resolved that issue today. This is like kind of a representation of how I was feeling. Just splotch it all over. I don't care. So it says I'm gonna say the R family, because that's their preference, and I'm gonna respect that. You can read the name if you want to. The R family are wanting publicity. Let's give them some. This is disturbing. truly disturbing. New unlawful signage, a camera in the trees, and now tarps. But that wasn't nearly the worst of the content that was put out about the R family in regards to, this creator's anger that they put tarps over the, the memorials of Shanann, Bella, and Celeste and Niko. Directions were given out so people would know how to get to the gravesite if they were too lazy to research and figure out themselves, and they had some intention of trying to go there. There's been a call for their bodies to be exhumed, supported with the idea that an exhumation would allow some kind of forensic testing to be done that would indicate something one way or another about how their murders occurred. I'm just trying to say that respectfully. I mean, my feeling on that is, come on. There's a lot of questions surrounding this case and within this case, in my opinion, and I'd love to know what you think. Maybe I'm missing something, but none of those questions would be resolved by exhumation. So it's just, I don't know. So since, that's something that's being called for, hey, well, let's just exhume their bodies. Hey, why not? Let's just do that. That's not going to be upsetting to the family. And hey, man, that's like not a big deal. Let's just do that. Like as if you'd want that done to your close family members. As they're in their final eternal, mortal resting place. Good Lord. So, people in the chat, on the channel, saying, dig them up. If you hadn't heard about this yet, maybe you're getting that idea of why so many people just felt sick to their stomachs today and yesterday. And I talked to many of them. So I put this on the Watch the Obsession channel community page, and it just says, we support the family. And hey, man, this is another thing that gets confusing to people about this channel. I do support the family. I also support the Watts family. Oh, wait, I need say no more. That confuses a lot of people right there. I mean, that's a stumper, isn't it? I support both families, and I try, the best I can within reasonable range to show as much respect as I can to families. Now, this is where people get really confused. Hopefully not you, but a lot of people. I do respect and feel a great deal of compassion and empathy and care for those families. I mean, insanely so. And I couldn't possibly say something that was more truthful. Now, this is where it gets really confusing. But at the same time, my channel has content that upsets them, or the type of content. I don't even know if they've ever watched my channel. I have no reason to believe they have. Or that my channel has the type of content that they have expressed being upset by. So therefore, I couldn't possibly care about those families. And, actually, I'm out to ruin their lives. I'm just spitting on the graves. I'm, stabbing the families and, all kinds of weird, I don't know, it's so crazy. I'm sure many of you have heard the same kind of thing. But I do support the family. I do support both families. I understand. I think either the Watts or the R family would certainly, if they were to sit down and watch all the content on this channel, I know both families would have reason to not like certain things, to be upset by certain things. Well, I mean, yeah, of course, right? Like yeah, it was a terrible situation and people are talking about it. Some people are talking about it, exercising respect and care. Some people are being reckless assholes, quite frankly. And, so anyway, I diverge again. Let me think for a moment. Oh, I know. A Curious Rose or anyone else, would you like to come up so you have the opportunity to chime in here as well? Oh, cropping it on a thumbnail. Oh, hi, Preach Queen. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, Her Majesty. Let's see. Oh, of a victim's. Wait, what? Preach. I don't know. Do you want to come up on? I have no idea about this comment you just made. Hold it. Oh, good Lord. So upsetting. And now, for example, Preach Queen and I don't always fall on the same sides of things. We know we don't agree on a lot of things, but when it comes down to it, I know, like, I respect her and I know that her intentions to speak the truth and support our family are like for realza, and I respect that. I mean, what I'm the way I feel is who wouldn't, but people don't, right? You're okay for now. Okay. Let's see. Aw. Preach Queen. And Preach Queen has a channel. She's in chat. Hi, Sheila. How are you, by the way? Sheila. Hi. Hello. Sheila Hughes. Were you Sheila, was it you that gave me or that made the comment about, covering these certain aspects about Chris Watts? Wasn't that you? I was just talking about that. I don't know if you heard. Hello, BM. Welcome. How are you doing? Oh, good. Yay. I'm glad someone wants to come up because I just need to breathe for a second. So I am just going to put the link right here in chat. So if anyone does want to come up, that's totally fine. It's a free for all. Open season, baby. Haven't you heard? Yeah, and I'm not even so with this issue regarding I don't know if I should even, go into telling the whole story of why this cemetery is an issue, or if just talking about this cemetery issue without the story, do some of you not have context? In a way, I don't even want to, I'm just torn. I'm not even sure what to say, actually. Imagine that. I'm a little torn. Okay. Walk it like you talk it. I like that, double R. Absolutely. 100%. So I just put the link up. Said he'd go. Wait, hold it. I got to see what Preach Queen's saying here. And I'd love to have you come up, Preach Queen. I don't know if you're up for it or if, you want to, whatever, however you feel about that. But you are welcome and invited. Okay. What? Oh, that's right. Okay, so the cat's out of the bag. Preach is calling it like it is. So, that's right, Dave. So we're talking, I mean, most of you guys who come to this channel know that we're talking about Seeking the Truth with Dave, who, guys, really is the only channel, person, creator, anything on YouTube I've had real conflict with. I mean, every now and then, you don't agree with people, right? I'm sure you guys all experience that. But as I said, I try to make it a point to avoid drama and conflict and unnecessary headaches for myself, just like I want for all of you guys. And I really do. And as I was saying before, if my channel ever becomes this thing that's causing that nastiness for people more than it is like a good thing, then the channel just stops. And I feel that with anything I do in my life. I mean, who wants to be hurting other people? Some people do want to be hurting other people, like this dickwad here. So Preach was just reminding us that Dave obtained a cropped pornographic image of the younger one in the Rusick family and use it as a thumbnail. That was around years ago. Not the point he used on a thumbnail and made fun of it. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't criticize others. I don't dislike like harshly like the way I am right now. Like dislike others. I don't have a lot of that. I just don't do a lot of that. And I don't know if it's necessarily a strength or maybe it's a weakness. Maybe that makes me wishy-washy or a pushover or naive. I don't freaking know. I don't have to quantify or qualify or judge it. It's just I know that about myself. But this one here, in addition to, the things he did to me personally, and you know what, for all you people, I can see your comments rolling at me right now. Bring them. I can talk about it if I want to. It's the one big conflict I've had since I've been a creator on YouTube. Guess what? It freaking scarred me deeply. Well, I don't know if I want to say scarred. I'm going to take carrying that with me forever. It caused me a lot of deep pain and big problems for a day would have been too long, but for way too long. I need to talk about it. I will talk about it if I want to. And by the way, my channel, my house, if you don't like it, see the door. So also, and more importantly, in my opinion, something happened a few months ago and Preach Queen was very upset by it. I was as well. This is one of the things we work together on, even though we see a lot of things differently. Both of us invited, along with, another group of people, a certain type of person that this creator had wronged, hurt, damaged. There's much stronger words. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can. We invited those people if they needed help to come to us. If you're feeling like you don't know what to do and you can't get it together and you just need to talk and then you might need some more, hopefully we can help you with some resources and direction because we're not feeling that emotional way right now, other than upset for everything that's been happening. And people came to me, a lot of people came to me. Of the people that came to me, of the stories I listened to, minority of them chose to follow up with some type of action or steps towards action. And I'm only being vague because I'm not trying to drag this all out again. But like I said at the beginning of this live stream, tonight's live stream, it's for you. I want to hear from you guys. I like bringing you guys together. But it's also, this one's also for me because I just need to say these things because there's too much heaviness. People have experienced too much trauma, too much negativity, too much harm because of this one creator. And like I don't want to deal with it all on my own anymore. Like what I have dealt with. And guys, if I've talked to you personally, please do not think I'm anyway saying you're a burden. But like I've said to all of the people I have talked to who have been harmed, you don't need to carry this around on your own. You can talk to people. You can talk to me. You can talk to this other person. You can put it on this other person. This is too much for you to carry around on your own. I'm starting to feel that way about myself. So I'm talking. Welcome, RR. How are you, my darling?
I'm well. Thank you for having me here, Kelly.
Yes, of course. Of course. So what do you have on your mind?
Well, I was just listening to you just now, and man, I was really feeling for you. I was really feeling what you were saying. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that, you choose to put yourself on a platform to help other people. And at the end of the day, you have to carry a lot of weight because you have the audience you have. And I'm just so sorry, but I know we're all thankful that you're as strong as you are.
At the same time, it's my choice.
Right.
So, so it's like, I choose to put myself here. Like I was saying in the beginning of this live stream, if anybody is, I don't know if you were here, I think you were, but I don't know. But if anybody, is offended by this, if this is going to cause you a bad day, a bad week, or a bad life, please leave. And I mean that respectfully. And I mean that, and if you find yourself in situations that are causing you a bad day, a bad week, a bad life all the time, you need to sit down and have a talk with yourself, so in the same way, but different, I'm choosing this, so, but thank you. I do appreciate it though. And I guess we do agree, because I'm just like, you know what, I'm just, I've been trying to, I will always hold issues of confidentiality, true. I will never break someone's confidence, especially with matters like this. My God. But I've been trying out of respect
Kelly.
For, I don't even know who. So go ahead.
Well, something that I think about with this is that this whole situation with the burial site, the cemetery, and that that's going to be a lot of people's first impression of this case.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe a lot of people that you have here on your chat have no idea a lot of the details of the case. They don't know the creator you're talking about, or they might see it, on their feed because they've seen a watch channel before. So then now they're like, wait, what's going on with the cemetery? And then automatically those victims are being disrespected over and over and over. And that's the part that is upsetting.
And he couldn't possibly care less. In fact, I think that he enjoys it.
I can't imagine any other reason why he would do something like this. And I'm not assuming I know the kind of person he is, but however, this is gaining traction for some people and money and views. And it's honestly, I just want to throw up when I think about it.
I know. See, and that's exactly everyone, all the people, all the many, many people that, I've talked to about this over the past couple of days. And, even before that, before there was a cemetery issue, there were other vile, grotesque, issues, like what caused my whole falling out with him in the first place. And by the way, I was never really close with him or in a consistent way. I think I was saying that in a comment to Pre-Tween earlier, those exact words, because that's just how it was, was when last August, he started telling me about, well, at first it was, Dirty South was behind the murder, Shannon's former employer in North Carolina. And then all of a sudden it was, her mother was spearheading this. Like, I was like, what kind of bullshit is that? I mean, I had never heard anyone say, I'd certainly heard people talking about all the family dynamics that exist, right? It was what people do. But, nothing ever like that. It shocked me. I thought it was like a joke, and then it kind of sunk in. And, and then, there's just so much to be said.
And I don't know if you knew this, but I was a moderator for that person when they first started that channel long time ago.
I didn't know that. Wow.
It was like a couple years ago.
We have a lot of his former moderators right here in chat, and definitely on this channel, some of our moderators, in fact.
Yeah, and it's amazing how we're on the other side of this now.
Oh my gosh. Wait, hold it. Something. Whoa. Okay, go ahead.
Kelly, are you okay?
No, I am totally okay, but something just fell. I just got to go check on it. Sorry. I'm just going to keep talking.
Okay. But I was just telling, sorry, that's my dog.
It's because my bunny cage just fell. He's probably like, bunny.
The bunnies.
The bunny. There you go, sweetheart. Oh, poor guy. Okay, it was his fault. It was his choice. The bunnies. Okay, go ahead.
Your bunnies sound like they're full of life.
Oh God, it's like insane.
But I used to be a moderator back then, and back then when it wasn't like how it is now, I think at some point when people run out of genuine content, I think that's when they get into the dark side of things, because
Exactly.
then they're just fueled by just views and, whatever. And
Right.
that's just my 2 cents on that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I absolutely 100%. Now, you know, so one of the things I've observed, so I mean, I stopped completely watching that channel for a really long time, did not watch a moment of it, and then, there was my whole like in bullying area where there was like 9 live streams about me, all false information,
Yeah.
all extremely hateful and scary.
Yeah.
And it went so much further than that. And I probably will never publicly speak about how far it went, because I just don't even know if I want to ever expose that much of my own experience. I don't know if I can do it. I don't feel comfortable with it. Just definitely not right now. But and then, people would, send me things and I would have to watch them because I had to know what was going on. I mean, it was like it was coming at me in all directions, and I was like had to understand. And then I didn't watch it all. And then recently again, getting sent all these clips, all this, all these, that. And I can't, it's even knowing who I'm watching and what channel I'm watching, I almost can't freaking believe it. I mean, it's just like, the man is like hair follicle, like I'm talking top of your head hair follicle, deep in shit that he just keeps shoveling, and he's still drowning in it. It's just so bizarre to me that people even still follow him at this point.
I wonder what his motive, what his like fascination. It's almost a little bit morbid and scary. It just seems like sometimes there are no boundaries there, and
there are no boundaries.
It's like a very personal thing to him, and I wonder where that comes from, because in my opinion, only if you're okay with disrespecting victims like that, how is it any different from the people that put them there? You know what I mean? That
yeah,
I don't know.
It's a re-victimization, and then it's a primary victimization of because we didn't go down the rabbit hole. I just have to. That was really funny comment.
It's true though.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, and the re-victimization, and then there's a primary victimization of the people that are connected, like the family. So Meg Mixie, just on a slightly different note, says the rabbit cage crash happened because we didn't go down any rabbit holes. I think you might be right.
Very true.
Okay. Yeah, very true. So malignant narcissist. Yes, Karen G. So now
I would really love to hear what other people have to say, though, if it's okay. I'm going to jump down. I just wanted to like talk to you for a little bit, but I'm going to jump down. And I would love to hear other people for sure. But thank you, Kelly, so much. You're awesome.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So who's up next? Somebody's going to come up here and talk, because I'm not doing all the talk. I need to go watch his channel now. I'm curious. I know. See, that's well, and whatever. If people want to watch it, hey, and this is how I feel. If people, watch his channel and that's what they feel attracted to, please, go through that part of your life. It's going to suck for you, but if that's what you're attracted to, and some people can watch this channel and his channel, I think less and less these days, because things have just gotten so screwed up over there. I just don't think that the same kind of brain will accept this and that. I may be wrong, but that's how I feel. IMO. And if it's like, you're like, oh yeah, like Nancy N, my best girl, one of my friend and moderator here, who I tell everything to, we got in an exchange with somebody who was a subscriber here, recently became a member, all of a sudden, was defending it just made no sense, and was attacking me, and I'm gonna not be a subscriber and member anymore. And I value every single one of our subscribers and members. Trust me, I truly do. And I just feel absolutely honored that people do want to subscribe to this channel. I still can't believe it sometimes. Like, oh my gosh, it's so great. Look at this. Look at all these great people, but, if that's how you feel, freaking go do it. That's what you should do. If spending your energy, your life energy, your time, your whatever, anything that's valuable to you is better spent there or anywhere else, please go do it. Please. Like I'm not, don't be where it's not best for you. Always. It applies to YouTube too. I'm not like a hoarder type. I don't want all the views, all the people, all the subs, all the no. I want what's like natural and what's best. And in some cases, like with videos I put out that I put a lot, like billions of hours of hard work into, it's part of a product of my effort. And that's something that, and that's fine. So there's a lot of different things. But it's not all about me. I don't need all of it. I don't want all of it. And I think it's best if people make the best right decision for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put, I'm going to put the link back in chat again. Yeah. Good thing I don't have to go into tomorrow. I'm working from home. This will be getting too late for me. Okay. There it is. Hello. So there's a link. If anybody wants to come up, just go ahead and hop on it. It's dropped. Let's see. Oh, having trouble connecting. What? You're just got to be joking about that. Okay. If for some reason I lose you guys, it would be a quick hop back on because this is a different issue than I had a couple times recently. Looks like a StreamYard issue. So I'll be back. So dropping a link again. Obviously, somebody should come up. Oh, Curious Rose, new member. Oh gosh, and I haven't made you a moderator yet. What the heck? Kelly from What's the Obsession is taking a 60-second break to get on her phone to moderate a Curious Rose. We just find you, and then we be good. There you are. Okay, you're good, girl. Whee! Yay! I thought I had already done that. I don't know. I just get so crazy. Oh, I know, Edward. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. I'm going to pin that comment here just a sec, so everyone can know what you're so right about. And, for those of you listening who have been harmed by this person who, I've heard a lot of people, and don't any one of you think that I'm talking about you specifically, because it's not you specifically that's told me this. It's like all of you are very afraid of him. And he's such a measly little shit. I wasn't viewing it as fear, but there was definitely a time when he was really coming at me. I was afraid of him because I was afraid of the damage he was willing to do to me and to my life. And that's scary. But, please know that you're not alone in how you feel. And, you don't have to be scared. I mean, what I have learned is this man doesn't have the power to do anything to anybody. Yes, he is clearly hurting people. But in my opinion, that's because at the moment in time, for one reason or another, those people have some beautiful vulnerability about them that he hones in on and exploits. So he ain't no thing. He ain't no thing. But, if you do feel that way, I'm very sorry about that. Right. Yeah. Okay. And Edward, I was looking for, I can't find your comment, but Edward says, sometimes, it's like the best thing or most powerful thing to ignore. This person seems like an attention seeker. And that's why I went into talking about, I don't know. My head's just a little jumbled right now. This has just been all very intense stuff. And I just really, I don't know. It's wrong. And I just don't like all the hurt that's been caused. Oh yes. So, I do at times try to use that technique, and you're definitely right. Definitely right. But, like I said today, I just could not. Let's see. Nobody wants to come up on panel. That's fine. I can just keep spewing all this. You guys, remember you chose this. You chose this. I just dropped the link again in case somebody is feeling brave. Oh, I know. I know. Preach when I heard, I know. So Preach Queen said, you're so funny. No, Preach Queen is from Australia. So just know that. So she says, why is Dingo upset about doxing when he puts all his personal shit out there? Everyone knows his name. Yeah, right. FFS, he made himself, for fuck's sake. Okay. He made himself a public figure. Oh my God, I know. I know. And, when I very first started actually communicating with him, and guys, the rumor that this man has done me big favors is false. First live stream I tried to do, I could not get StreamYard to work on my computer. They were like not compatible, never been able to. So people came to come be in the chat, to be in the chat and watch, and the live stream, and he was there. I messed around with this. A couple of you, I think, were there for like almost 2 hours. And then he's like, well, just come over onto my channel, So I was like, okay. I don't think I'm gonna tell the rest of that story, Nancy, but and so I did. And he seemed kind in the moment, said, oh, I'm going to give Kelly half of the super chats that come in, which, I also realized probably causes more super chats to happen because, somebody has a new guest, people are going to be generous. Maybe, I don't know. This is just how I sense humans work. So it equaled to like $50. He got my PayPal. He sent it to me pretty quick, very quickly. And, made a point of saying, well, we don't get the YouTube revenue for 30 days. So I'm giving you half of the super chat revenue, and I'm paying you up front in advance, even when I get paid. Ooh, so well, fine. I was grateful. That was nice. That was really nice. I'd never done a live stream. I certainly never gotten a super chat, and I was making that revenue wasn't even a thing for me. I just thought, oh wow, look, he's doing really good. He's making all this revenue and he shared it with me. That's nice, and guys, to this day, I mean literally, I think to this day he brings it up, and I told him, FFS, I just learned that from Peach Queen, please take your $50 back. I don't know how to get it to you right now. And I don't want to do something so clever as to like super chat him $50, because that would just be no, not super chatting that man. I will refund you your kindness, because clearly, like you're an asshole through and through. So it was all fake anyway. Let's call it dirty money. Please take it back. And that was the only favor the man ever did for me. So I want to talk about this. So with all of the hate he's spewed, oh good, Jenny Bradford's, I'm going to catch, well, I'm just going to bring you up. I'm going to bring you up. I'm going to introduce you in a minute, sweetheart. So with all the hate he's spewed towards the R family, which was, again, as I told you, one of the two things that caused our falling out and our barely existent creator relationship. with all of the, and all of the freaking, the slant, it's slander through and through, and the accusations and the, seemingly maybe veiled threats and the intimidation. And I see it happening. I'm sure many of you guys see it happening. You see it coming many miles away or kilometers, depending on where you live. He will sometimes justify that by, well, it's what they had done to the Watts, because, me and Ronnie and me and Cindy. I got a story for that too. So the second thing that happened, and this all relates back to what's going on current day, just bear with me, was that when I was talking to him just a little bit, it was just the capacity of, talking about the Watts case, possibly working together a little bit. I had observed that he was kind of shopping around for a horse to hitch his wagon onto, and I was very conscious to not become that wagon puller. And he was shopping around some other people, and it looked like Red X was maybe like letting him hitch. So I think that was like already in the process of happening, which is relevant in a minute. And so at this time, many of you know this story, or my buddy Alex, who I went to law school right out of college, and I didn't finish. He did, and he's passed the bar, and he's a very successful criminal defense attorney, and also runs a non-for-profit in a very underprivileged community, and he's just a really great person. I went to law school with him and his wife, and they immediately became very good friends of mine. I told this story before. On like our third day of law school was 9/11. We were like less than a mile from Lower Manhattan, in an all glass plated side building looking at the New York skyline, when that all happened. And we were like stuck in this building for an extremely long amount of time, with people finding out that their child, their husband, their parent died, and having, no electricity, and there's like all, just think this, like that thick, like 9/11 debris smog in the air. It was just so surreal and crazy. So we had already become friends, but we were bonded for life at that point, along with another friend of ours, Lisa, who was there. But anywho, I had wanted him to look at some of the issues that others had found in the Watts case, and that I, maybe watched their content or saw on a Facebook group. Or, some of the things that I thought were the big deal. And he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. It was right around that time last August, July, August, when Alex finally was like, you know what, I actually, I watched this or heard that about this case. And, I'm kind of intrigued. Like, what was it you said about like this or this? And so he started to listen to me and converse with me about it. I was so excited. And he started to research and read the discovery on his own, which blew my mind. So being a brilliant criminal defense attorney, I was like stoked. I was like, oh my gosh. And he's the founder of the non-for-profit organization that he runs, where they offer pro bono services to a range of different types of cases. A lot of times it's issues of inequity and impoverished, but not always, for sure. So I was like, wow, like maybe if he finds something, he will run with that ball, and he will take it across. He will take it into the end zone, because that's what he does. So I shared this with Dave, I guess out of excitement, maybe stupidly so. And two things happened. Well, number one, two things happened after this. I said, listen, please do not repeat this to anyone. For a couple of reasons I explained to him, because I don't want to turn this into a big thing when it's not, because I had noticed that he had the propensity to do that. I didn't want that to happen with anything that was mine. I didn't want to be connected to that way of doing things. And then also because if for some crazy reason it ever got back to Alex that I was talking to people on YouTube about this without telling him I was doing that, my ass would be grass. And these people are extremely meaningful to me. They're like family, he and his wife. And then, whatever. So he's like, oh, no, I won't say anything. And so when we were talking, he started to get really excited, like he was involved in this, and he really wasn't. I was just sharing something about myself with him, but that I don't think he's the kind of person that can receive that. So about a minute later, my phone rings. It's dipshit again. Pick up the phone, and he says, I just want to let you know that Ronnie Watts says, thank you from the bottom of his heart. He is so grateful, Kelly. He's just, thank you. You know, and I think he got choked up, and just, I'm like, what? He's like, you know, Ronnie, Chris Watts' dad. And I'm like, what the ever loving hell? The Watts family, because of the accomplishments Alex had made and the pro bono work he did, the Watts family is they're the last people I'd want him to share that with, because I would never want to get up their hopes of something happening that might actually help their son, because those poor parents want that more than anything. I would never do that to them. So the fact that he did that apparently, and then called me back and said that was a power play. That was manipulation. That was gaslighting with a flame underneath it, you know, and that wasn't cool. So I later found out, just during that whole bullying session I got to endure, when Red X published these hate letters about myself in Armchair Detective. You know, all of her beefs were like, what you be talking about, girl? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, seriously though, like, what? And you know, it sounded like I always felt like I was like, I told some of you guys who are, you know, like moderators now, I was like, she does not like me. I do not know what it is. I get super weird vibes. I'm like, you know, I'm friendly to everyone. What did I do? You know? Apparently he told her that I got them a pro bono attorney to work with them because they're so brilliant and she understands the discovery so well, and they have all of these great ideas. So my friend, who I just shared this with Dave because I was excited. So now all of a sudden he's telling Ronnie Watts, he's telling TJ from Red X that this thing I'm telling about that I'm excited about, that's my friendship, very, very important person in my life. All of a sudden, now it's his, and it's his to share with Ronnie, and it's his to share with TJ, and let's all rejoice because look at what we all have now. And I think this is just an example of one of the ways he manipulates people into going along with his agenda that they would not otherwise be complicit with. Welcome, Jennifer Bradford. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm good.
I won't say his name, but you know, I think the fact that he literally is flying from Australia to come and torment the grave site.
Right. Oh my God.
I mean, you're flying from Australia to do this. How can
literally
you
across the world?
I mean, how can you be such a puke and go, oh, well, I was like, what, is this really for real? Is this,
Right.
I mean, I thought at first I was like, no, that can't, because I mean, I knew he was in a lot of trouble for some of his inappropriate comments. And I think he is actually, I think he's a predator. I mean, I think he preys on, I think he preys on women. And I think that when it all comes out, I think that he's going to have a whole bunch of Me Too people coming out being like, yeah, he did that to me too, because he, like, this is the only channel that I'm actually a member of. And
thank you.
I really, but well, actually I've been a longtime member of Mommy Ramblings, but I don't do a lot of crafting. I don't do a lot of crafting. I'm not a crafter. I'm more true crime. So I get on there once in a while, but I mean, I like them all and they're all fun, but you know, they don't go hard. They're not hard. They don't go dig deep in anything. And I like to dig deep in cases and whatever. But this guy, he's going to be, I think that anybody that's involved with him should really, really just take a long look at maybe some of the, you know, stuff that has happened and the way he went after you. I mean, that was horrific because
Yeah,
that was horrible. I was like,
it
she
was.
didn't do anything to you. You're so sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get in so much trouble. I hope he gets arrested in the States because I don't know what the laws are to get back in Australia, but that would be like karma.
Yeah, I know. Well, I will say this. I mean, I sort of gave a nod to it earlier, but as far as you saying that you're imagining that all of these YouTube or all of these people are going to come out as all these Me Tooers, they're, that hasn't happened, but people have definitely stepped towards that direction. So I imagine someday it could kind of come out in a more open way like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if he's doing it to one, he's doing it to a bunch. And he
Mm-hmm.
actually, as misogynistic as he is, he
Oh my
is,
God.
this is how he gets, this is what he finds exciting. He finds this
Yes.
exuberating,
He
that he can
does.
play with women and use them against each other. He can,
Yep.
send
Yeah.
direct.
Oh my God. It's so well
Yeah.
said. I never even thought about that part of it. And I actually lived that part of it, but I never saw it or thought of it that it's not just the, kind of predator in like one certain way. I don't want to be too explicit because I don't know what's going to get me in trouble. But that, just playing women against each other. Cause man, oh God, that happened to me with several women in a big way, but I didn't see it. That's very insightful.
Well, I mean, I've only seen a couple things. Like when he went after you, I was like, what is this guy all about? And then what's he talking about coming to America? And then when you read that, when he was like Sandy and the way he said her name, like he was saying it as an epithet. I mean, I noticed that he threw into his chat, he threw in innuendos to women. Like you could tell what kind of innuendos they were. They were, if you just listened. And I thought, you're sick. There's something very, very wrong with you. And, I don't think that, I think that he's trying to act like he's a mentor and this, that, and the other, but he's going to lead people down the wrong path. And
exactly.
And the Watts, they don't need that. I mean,
no, they don't. I feel so bad for them. I just do.
Because so many people hate them, and so many people. And the thing is that this is not going to help. And, it's not going to help heal them at all. And I think I told you, I lived that situation where I had a friend that was a domestic violence, and I hated his family. I blamed his family for a good couple of years. But you know what? It wasn't their fault, and it's not the Watts' fault. But if they keep looking for that, I think they're just kind of looking for people not to hate them and to find some type of, acceptance. And they're finding it from this guy, and he is going to get them in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's that vulnerability. That's that very human, normal vulnerability that he spots and attacks.
Yeah, he really is good at that. And I think he really just, I don't know what his obsession is with the graves, but it's disgusting.
It is really disgusting.
So that's all I wanted to say. I'll get off.
Thank you.
I just want to say hey, and I think he's dangerous. I think he's more dangerous.
He is. Oh God, he is dangerous. And some people right here, right now, and I know people watching know that as well. He is dangerous. I will say that without reservation. I have grounds to say that. I have experience to say that. I have documentation that shows that he is dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just hope that he gets the heck out of our country and goes back to Australia.
I know. All you Aussies out there, what the hell, man? What are you doing? Don't freaking send him over here. Return to sender.
Or put him in jail.
Yeah, I know. Wait, hold it. We don't want to send him back to you. I'm sorry, guys. That was awful. Yeah. Fly him back by way of the Bermuda Triangle. Do that.
Exactly. Thanks for having me up. I'll go back and chat.
Yeah,
Talk to you
thanks,
later.
Jennifer. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming up. Yeah. Yes. Preach Queen says, sorry, no return to sender. It's okay. We're going to send him back over the Bermuda Triangle. We're all going to be good, Preach. No worries. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, okay. So I will, I'm going to put the, I told you double R. I had no idea how this one was going to go. I was like, oh, this is not the live stream where I usually can't answer the question of, where exactly this is going to go, but definitely not this one. Holly says, is he still in the USA? So I don't know. I don't know. We don't even, I'm saying we, because I don't know too much about this. I just know the plans. I know, it's not like I ever sit down and watch a huge chunk of him. It's just kind of what people direct me to. Because I literally can't stomach anymore. It literally makes me feel ill. And it also upsets my 13-year-old son who watched me go through all of that. And I think is feeling hate for somebody for the first time in his young life. So, in my household, it's just not good for us to have it. I'm sorry, Red Sky Black. I know I don't mean to put you guys down. All my Aussie friends I've met through YouTube. I was saying the other day, I only have 2 other friends that are Australian. One lives in the States, one lives in Australia. And, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Actually, she was an exchange student. Was in high school, but she travels all over the place. Anyway, she's awesome. Love her. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Ooh, it's gone. It just died. It's gone. It's totally gone. I have no idea. Oh, I know. So, no, I don't. Nobody. Has he left yet? Would he tell everyone exactly when he was coming here, knowing that it could cause them some trouble? I mean, I know a lot of people have documented certain information and have called the proper agencies and the places that one would be going if they were doing the U.S. Watts tour. Including myself, to the degree that I have 2 cousins who are law enforcement agents. They've worked their way up through the ranks, and what do we call them? Help me out, anaphylaxis. I don't know. I don't want to say exactly what they do because I don't know if I had their blessings to do that. But they worked locally in South Carolina and North Carolina. One was in South Carolina, and the North Carolina one was just in North Carolina. But anyway, when I was going through it, I talked to both of them about it. They're very, very close because they live near one another and they're do the same line of work. But I'm close with them as well, so I confide in them about some things, and I also ask them from a law perspective about a few things. And obviously they were not happy with what they heard. So, one of them actually really enjoys, I was telling someone this today. I haven't really talked about this very much. Was it you? Sandy R's cooking channel content, which I used to pick up occasionally. I haven't in a while. I don't know if she does it as much anymore. I've just been busier too. And they ask about what's going on with that, whatever. And so I tell them what's going on, and I told them the plans. They wanted all of the details. I gave them what I do know. They watched some of the content for themselves so they could pick up on what they could pick up, being trained law enforcement, which is more than I can pick up as far as, all of the details or whatever, I'm sure. So, yeah, so that's what I did to do my part. But as I've said, I've talked to a lot of people about all of this that we're talking about. And yeah, people have done that for sure because they see a danger and they don't want people to be hurt. Wow, good people. Imagine that, Oh, yeah, her cooking. Yeah, her cooking is she's like so effortless too. Yeah, Sandy R has her cooking channel. It's like she's like she has an art and I don't know, she has a je ne sais quoi, like an X factor that I just don't think I have when it comes to cooking. You know, I can make edible things that you'd like to eat, not necessarily edibles. Molson Man, I've heard about you. And Molson Man, I've heard about you. But yeah, so yeah. What did I darn? What did I miss? Oh, I thought I didn't see it was you, Kes Chick. I thought it was somebody just coming in. I'm like, what did you miss? Did you seriously ask that question? Please. Oh, yeah, good message, Curious Rose. Yeah. Kelly makes edibles. Now there you go, starting rumors again. I have made edibles, yes. I don't make Kelly does not make edibles. Like that's like what Kelly does. Has Kelly made edibles? Yes. So that's that answer. So Mary, do you want to come up on panel? I bet you have something to say. Actually, you should probably end this pretty soon. Now, guys, wow, I didn't even get, well, I did, but I didn't get to even like what this live stream was presented as being about. So, you know, feeling all of this empowerment to just say it how I see it because I'm tired of not, because it's just too exhausting and it's just too much for me. It's become too much for me. You know, in this, people will see this as a criticism. It's truly not. It's an observation. That I've been involved. I've been part of a family in crisis before. You know, many people have. The Watts family, the nuclear family I'm talking about, Chris, Shanann, Bella, and Cece. Well, you know, led by Chris, but that was the family. Based on my observations and by the definition of crisis, they were a family who was in crisis. Although there was not, you know, these overt signs of crisis that sometimes will present, but certainly not always, such as, you know, poverty, signs of severe physical abuse. You know, we all can picture the person who we know is abused because they walk around with bruises and, you know, terrible things that, you know, tell the world I'm abused. Look at me, you know, that's clearly a sign of crisis. So there weren't some of those more token, I guess, displays of crisis, but there are so many observable indicators of the presence of crisis and of them being a family in crisis before and at the time this tragedy happened. It saddens me to think about. And as I thought about this dynamic of the Watts family, you know, as I said, my first focus was on the family dynamic due to what, you know, I do for work and things like that. You know, it made me think about other families where I see these same observable signs, and or other families who are in crisis, or times when I've been part of something that really truly was in a state of crisis, like where any moment something like, I don't want to say like what happened here, because I mean that's the extreme, but something earth-shaking terrible would happen, you know. I think that most people recognize the signs of a person in crisis or a family in crisis when they see them. I think that people recognize it. Doing with this. Oh, okay. If you want to come up anytime, Delar, I'd love to have you come up. I think that, you know, anyway, people recognize it. I think that many people even, or, you know, can like label it like it's like, oh, that's like they're in crisis, or there's other words certainly that could be used. But I don't think and research shows this too. It's research that can be challenged. It's research that is at times controversial, but it's my opinion, and research also does show that people don't know what to do about crisis when they observe it. Certainly not when they're in it. That's part of the definition of crisis. But when you observe crisis and maybe you're connected to it, but in some way you're outside it, you're not in the throes of it, you're not consumed by it to the point that you can literally do nothing about it, because it is part of the definition of crisis. I'm saying we, as a humanity, as a society, I guess I should say society, because I don't know if humanity has this tendency in general. I would sure that there are cultures where people do take better care of themselves. And, that's not like an insult on all of us. It's just how things have happened over time, is we've adapted, and evolution, and damn you, Darwin, but we have an amazing potential and capacity for learning how to respond appropriately. And at times that means intervening. At times that it can mean a number of different things. And we can talk about them sometime if you guys are interested in that. I don't know if you want to get that textbook on it, but I think it's a very important conversation. We have an amazing potential and capacity for learning how to handle crisis well, so crisis does not end in tragedy. Now, I was planning initially tonight to point out some of the ways, and hopefully with respect and compassion, that I can see, that we can see, that the Watts family was in crisis. And I am going to continue this because I think it's a very important conversation. So we will do that. I just don't have the oomph for it right now, because they're there, and a lot of people agree on them. Just the same way we can see the signs of crisis in the Watts family, guys, I think that we can see the signs of some kind of crisis happening with these other situations we are talking about right now. I believe that all of this volatility and hatred and dehumanization of people that someone has access to or seeks to cross paths with in some way, it has all the hallmarks of being or becoming a crisis very quickly. And I just want people to think about that this is not just some bullshit YouTube inner creator conflict. I hate it when people dismiss this as that. I don't really have that. I don't have that inner me and whoever else conflict. I just don't really run like that. I disagree with people. I fight with people sometimes, but not like ongoing conflict. I just don't do ongoing conflict. This is not that. I'm worried that we're not paying enough attention. I'm worried that we are not taking the observable signs and indicators that we might be seeing seriously enough. So that's not to admonish anybody. I'm saying that to all of us, including myself. Like I'm, as I'm kind of putting all of this together in a way that I can articulate, because it's just been swirling around in my brain as this nebulous clump of funk. So I don't know. What do we do about that? What do I do about that as somebody who has, some preach queen? What do you do about that? And a number of other people, anaphylaxis, what do we do about that as people who maybe do have a little more information and firsthand, and some of you others I'm not going to mention, firsthand experience there? Is there a heightened responsibility to make sure something crazy doesn't happen? Am I overreacting? And then everybody else who doesn't fall into that category, and I don't think I am, it's kind of a rhetorical question, but many people would like I'm overreacting, and that's fine. But I know what my experience is. I know what I've been told, and I believe these people, their experiences. I know the numbers, and it scares me. And so what does, just the average person who has a little bit of exposure to this, what's your responsibility? And is there a responsibility? I'm very concerned about these things right now. So, it's heavy. Sorry to get heavy, but it's heavy. No, I'm not sorry. This needs to be said. So I take back the sorry. So is it okay if I post, wait a minute. Wait, what'd you say, Jim? Oh, Kelly, is it okay if I post a just now video? What does that mean? I'm sure it is. Yes. Yes, I'm sure it is. I can't imagine anything you'd want to do that would be like, oh, I don't want you to do that, but I just don't know what that means. Hi, Glenda Bridges. Welcome. How are you? And did I say welcome to you, Maria? I'm not sure if I did, but welcome to both of you. I'm glad to see both of you here. Oh, from Plunder. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, Plunder. Love Plunder. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Plunder would appreciate it, but let me just check it out for a second. Okay. Just give me 1 second here. I've actually played, not entire videos, but sections of Plunder's material before. I've actually asked her before, and Paula's usually very cool, but let's see. I don't want to do anything that would upset her in any way, but let me just see what the message is, because that'll probably make the difference, in my opinion, I think, for her. Everybody just take a deep breath or enjoy chat. I think I put, if you still have the link to panel, if you do want to come on up. Oh, you'll be in backstage for a minute though, because I'm checking this out. Headache. Oh God. I'm not going to say a Curious Rose because I promised I wouldn't talk about this thing. I just saw something. Oh my gosh, my eyes go right to Amber Heard and Johnny. I want to know more. I want another trial. Can you guys please sue each other? No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible to say. But God, that ended so unexpectedly interesting. I had no clue I would even watch a moment of that. Oh, 12 minutes. What? The LeBron James school one? The splat ball murder? What the heck? I don't even know what this is about. Is that the one you're talking about, James? Which petition, Mary? I love Camille. Camille Vasquez, I put in our community post, you guys probably know, was promoted to partner. I'm so happy. And if you're watching Real Justice, I second that motion. And Pride or Honesty too, who recommended your video to me, I will watch it tomorrow morning. Let's see. Oh, Johnny is my home. Wait, is that okay? So Jamie, were you talking about the Plunder video that is about what I just said? The splat ball. I gotta go look back at it. LeBron James school, Ethan Liming death, O'Bree's challenge. Is that what you're talking about? And so everybody, Plunder just posted this video 12 minutes ago. So if we end up not watching it here, I guess you should definitely watch it. Let's see. Oh, is that the one? Let's see. So you want me to play it? Here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just play the beginning of it because since Plunder did just post it, I just don't want to do anything to, you know, I just want to, I love Plunder is quality and awesome through and through, and I wouldn't want to do anything that was disrespectful. So we'll just, okay. So here we go. Wow. Interesting. Wow. No idea what this is, but I feel like I'm going to be interested. I don't know. Maybe because it's coming from you, James. All right. So let's see. So I'm going to play, it's an 11-minute video. I'm going to play the first minute or 90 seconds. I'll just use my judgment. Just, you know. Oops. Okay.
A few rumors that are going around town. I want to talk more in depth about that. So if you want to join me at the link below, we're going to talk about splat guns. We're going to talk a little bit more about what might have happened that night.
I'm sorry. I just got like taken away by that. I never see Paula in her own videos. That just, I got to go back. That's great.
I want to get into a few rumors that are going around town. I want to talk more in depth about that. So if you want to join me at the link below, we're going to talk about splat guns. We're going to talk a little bit more about what might have happened that night and just get a bit more into the controversy, I think, that's surrounding this case that is not being spoken about publicly. Okay, that was me. Once again, I'm talking about the Ethan Liming case.
I love her.
Ethan Liming, a 17-year-old who was murdered, or right now they're kind of backtracking and saying it was a homicide. There's a difference between murder and homicide. It happened at LeBron James' I Promise School on Thursday, June 2nd, and there's been controversy. Those of you who have found me elsewhere know I've been covering the case. Check the links below if you want to hear me talking about the basics of the case and go in depth on the 911 call, and also hear more talk about this stupid Orbeez Splatterball challenge. That's what I'll talk about today. I was kind of holding that info until police made it public, and so I didn't really want to talk in depth about it.
I love it. She's only Plunder has info before police make it public. I freaking love her. Okay, so I'm not going to play anymore because it is a just now video, and it sounds like she truly does have a breaking edge on this story. So I don't think that would be right. But thank you, Jamie. So everyone definitely go check out Plunder. It sounds like she has done. Well, she just said she did a few videos on it, and she's freaking rocks. And yeah, go catch it on her channel. Support Plunder for sure, always. Thanks, Jamie. That's I'm intrigued. I'm definitely gonna watch it tomorrow. So oh, hi, Chick Tracy. How are you? Nice to see you here. There you go. Thank you, Ara. You're the best. Awesome. Thank you. So, okay, last chance. I'm going to drop the link one last time, and then I'm going to actually have to peace out because, you know, sleep. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. That's great. So excited to watch something other than what. Oh, guess what? I have exciting news, actually. I hope you're excited too. I am almost done with my very first. It's actually going to appear on the channel. It's not just something I put together and thought this just is too freaking confusing, and I didn't do a good job delivering the information video about the Delphi murders. So look for that. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, probably at the very latest Saturday. Guys, I've been trying to get something out on the Delphi murders for 6 months. I remember I told Pride or Honesty I would have something out for the 5-year anniversary, which was February 13th. And well, I'll tell you more about the video actually starts with me saying what I'm saying now. So I don't want you guys to possibly start watching the video and say, oh, we already heard her say this. But yeah, it was not easy for me. I am Molson man, damn it. Come up. Molson man, damn it. Oh, welcome, Tracy Wheeler. Hello, I just saw ya. Yes, no, Delphi. Yeah, yeah. I worked on it for a long time. Last night I was like just so feeling how I am now. Well, it was. And I was like, I'm dumping watts for Delphi. I cannot do this. I cannot do this watts stuff anymore. It gave me a motivation to make some really good progress into it. So that was great. Wilson man. Haven't used it before. Don't want to link up audio. Oh, I couldn't. I don't know. I'm like, I think I'm getting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you were thinking about coming up here. Yeah. I was just trying to read your other comment, Karen, and I was just going to say, I think I'm getting sleepy. I can't really even read straight anymore. I understand. I do. So, Glenna Bridges says, yeah, let's talk not Watts. Anybody follow the Dan Markle murder for hire case? Dan Mark. Oh, is he the attorney? No. Well, if I do, I'm either just super tired or I'm obviously not remembering the details. Hold it. My chat's laggy. I just have to. Dan Markle. Can you? Yes, I do. Yes, I followed that. Yes. I was right. Okay, that's who I thought I knew who that was. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting case. So why do you ask? Do you follow the Dan Markle murder case? Has there been any, I guess what I'm asking, well, I would like to know why. What do you find interesting? Well, it's just an interesting case, but I'm wondering if anything recent had come about. Okay, let's see. Bebop says, oh, welcome, Bebop. I didn't see you here. Welcome. Glad you can make another live stream. It's great to see you here. Bebop says, I'm not sure who killed him and who took part in it. Yeah, right, exactly. It's very, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. I'm writing that down. That is a good, that would be an interesting one to cover. Never crossed my mind. Thank you so much for mentioning that. That's awesome. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. I think that would be a very interesting one to cover. Whenever I tried to put out, and I still want to do the Heather Elvis case, people didn't seem super excited about that for some reason, but I'll get them there. But I'm definitely going to do something with the Heather Elvis case because I just feel strongly about it that Sidney and his skanky wife need to be behind bars for life without parole for murder and not just the much lamer kidnapping charges. And so, that happened down near Myrtle Beach where I have family and where, so I was mentioning my cousins who are in law enforcement down yonder. One lives like right there and works right there too. And it was actually I don't want to say too much personal about her because I just don't want to. I don't know if she would want that. So, all right, guys. I'm tired. You're tired. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for coming up on panel. Those of you who came up on panel, and I really appreciate it. It was great to hear what you had to say, and that's just awesome. People like hearing from you guys. So I know when people watch this as a replay, I think it's harder to follow chat. So I think people like to hear what people other than me have to say, and I like to hear that too. Seriously. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, moderators and chat and everyone. And thank you, Preach Queen, for all of your contributions. And Molson Man and Karen G, you're going to come up next time, both of you. I'm going to write it down, so it means it's going to happen. And Jamie Smith, thank you for referring us to Plunder. Plunder, thank you for not being mad at me for playing 1 minute and 7 seconds of your newly released video. Really good work as always, my friend. And all right, everyone. Oh, Serenity now. Hi, I just saw you too. Welcome. I'm glad that you were here too. I actually saw you earlier in chat, but I think someone else was speaking and it wasn't the time to say hello. So, and if I missed anyone, I'm very sorry. But you guys are all awesome. You're all important to me and to the channel. Thank you for being here. Be safe. And remember, if you see signs of people or families in crisis, think about it. If anything, make a note of it and come here. Let's talk about what we can do to help resolve that crisis before a tragedy happens. So, all right. Love you guys. Take care.